Well, we are on the train from Prague to Hamburg. But we get off in Berlin. And this is Tessin, where we just crossed the border from the Czech Republic into Germany. And it's another glorious day. As we travel along the between Prague and Dresden, well, I know in Germany, there's some amazing sights. There's a little castle up there, a bridge with people on it. Hey, just look at that scenery there, it's lovely, and the river. And the river's a bit like a canal. The whole place is pristine. It's like something off a chocolate box cover. As we swing around here, this train is an enormous length. We're in the rear coach. It's all very picturesque. I think the river's the Elbe, but I couldn't swear to it. Lots of people on bicycles. It's obviously a holiday area. There are canoeists in the river. We are approaching Dresden, which is our next stop. Well, we're coming into Dresden. Now, this is a city which was almost obliterated during the war. A lot of controversy about it. And Bomber Command. Well, the death of so many civilians towards the end of the war. I mean, the war was... the Germans were losing the war at the time, but... the obliteration of this city continued with the deaths of lots and lots of civilians. And even today, it's still, which is 2018, the controversy has not gone away. Coming into the station now. Well, 10:55, absolutely spot on. We are leaving Dresden station, and we should get a good view of the old city as we leave and swing round to the right. Here we're crossing over the river. As I say, this whole place is more or less brand new. Apart from those buildings there, which I suspect have all been renovated anyway. Following the Dresden firebombing by Bomber Command and Bomber Harris, who was in charge of it, a very controversial figure. And these wonderful little gardens. Sort of a lot, it's rather flash with You see them all the way along the side of the railway here, whereas in England you get sort of ramshackle huts on allotments. Here they're almost like little houses, almost as if they could come and stay for a weekend. Hunting is obviously a popular sport here, and wherever you got a little bit of water or some forest, and they have these little platforms for sitting on. And let it fly, here's one here, that green thing there. All over the place. There's 4 in this field alone. There's another one. So this is the first of the Berlin stations we stopped at, but we get out at the second end. Berlin Südbrück. And the next station is ours, and it is 12:41, so it arrives absolutely on time. And wonderfully smooth. Here we are, Berlin Hauptbahnhof, where we get off. So this is where we have just arrived, this wonderful building. I think it's new. Deutsche Bahn, Berlin Hauptbahnhof. It's all very nice. So here we are, this is Checkpoint Charlie. This is the crossing point between the American zone and the Russian zone, and Berlin was divided into 4 zones: Russian, French, English and American. This became a very well-known crossing point. Quite strange that the first big place on the Soviet side, on the Russian side, is McDonald's. This is a photograph of Checkpoint Charlie with the Americans on this side and the Russians on the far side. The famous Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. That lovely blue sky and the light shade. The sun's in the wrong direction actually. It doesn't matter. This is the other side, the sunny side. From the Brandenburg Gate, I'm just going to walk through this little park and birds singing. Traffic in the background. Right. It just makes a pleasant break from walking along the roads. I don't know what that thing is at the end there. All this lovely greenery and pink chestnut blossom. Yeah, a stunning memorial at the end of the big avenue, 17th of June Avenue, in the Brandenburg Gate. Whatever it is, it's quite stunning. And you can climb up to the top on that little balcony there, below the angel. Oh, wonderful. Masses of shell marks and bullet holes in the marble. I think those are meant to be cannon, those things on in the 3 tiers all the way to, so they're sitting in the bottom tiers. I think they're cannon. Well, this is the view from the top. You can see the shadow there right down the middle of the road. And looking right away down at the far end is the Brandenburg Gate. A lovely parkland on either side, lovely woodland on either side. And just to the left you can see the Reichstag building with its new roof, well, relatively new roof. Just to the right of that big black square. It's a long way down, and looking over this angel, it's a strange feeling. And this is the view looking the other way, into the sun. And I've seen a fair number of military parades were lit in its time. From here, all the way down here, round this big roundabout, and all the way down to Brandenburg Gate. There's a sort of wonderful mosaic frieze. Various historic occasions all the way around the bottom in this ceiling above. Having looked at it, I don't think it's got anything to do with Russia. The column is called the Column of Victory, as it turns out. And it was a reminder of 3 wars that Prussia, sort of precursor to Germany if you like, one against Denmark, one against Austria and one against France. That's what it's about. And the cannons were taken from those battlefields. And on top of it, the golden figure is called Victoria, the goddess of victory. Locally, she's better known as Golden Lizzie. Well, having traipsed all over the place to try and find this Soviet War Memorial, I've eventually discovered it on the map. It's not far from the Brandenburg Gate. So from that big German memorial tower, which I've just been up, I'll just make my way down through these wonderful woods. And birds singing in the evening. And this is the Russian War Memorial. much more Russian-like guns, and there's a tank at either end. There's a tank just to my left as well. And a Soviet soldier on the top of that plinth. There's a lump of Soviet armour. Behind it, the Soviet War Memorial. Soviet artillery piece. The sparrows nesting in the gun barrel. Just got in there, it's just come out again. I can't remember how many Russian soldiers fell in the Second World War, but it was colossal. The figure of 20 million comes to mind, or Russian people. It was absolutely enormous. The hammer and sickle in the middle of the reef. The Russian artillery piece and a big tank at the Russian War Memorial, and birds singing. It's evening time and it's quiet. Well, this is the seat of the German Parliament, with that fancy new roof which you can actually climb into. See people walking about in it. Dem Deutschen Volk. I don't know what that means. Yeah, no doubt there'll be somebody in there watching me, watching them. Watching me. If you want to climb the dome on top of the German Parliament and look down on the Parliament itself, then you need to book a ticket with a time on it. And the best way to do that is before you leave home. I mean, the place is booked about 3 days in advance, and you can see people walking around the dome from here. Obviously some kind of spiral. There's this great big block sculpture, almost like a maze. Some of the blocks are very large. It's lovely light and shade. Taking up this huge space. As you go in, the blocks get higher and higher and higher. And this is the view from the other side. Amazing it is. I love it. And over there you can see the Reichstag building. I've seen some works of art in my time, but that really is quite something else. I discovered when I got back that this sort of work of art was in fact the Holocaust Memorial, covering, I don't know, almost 3 acres of ground. And in its time it's been quite controversial, but you can read more about it on the internet. But I liked it. There's this little sculpture, a little family group, and below it, frieze showing photographs of the Berlin Wall, which is obviously lit up at night. Almost all the way up there. I suppose the shadow of these railings across it is very apt, very appropriate. Well, that building there is the Reichstag, and I've just walked right round that, where that wall was. I didn't realise it was quite as close to the Reichstag as that.